How sweet it is. NFC Championship is around the corner. Your San Francisco 49ers face off against the Detroit Lions behind enemy lines. We are ready. There's so much to talk about in this game. Do the Lions have a chance? That's the real question. That's the question I have. Do the Lions really have a chance in this game? We're going to discuss that plus more next. All right. Welcome back to Last Second Sports. We are giving you our take down to the last second. And as I said, it's Behind Enemy Lines Wednesday. And for you OGs, you will recognize this face. This is my guy, Rad, representing the Lions tonight. For those of you that don't know, Rad and I started this channel together. We ran it for a little over a year. We had to go our separate ways because of personal work stuff for Rad, unfortunately, but he's still my guy. He still represents his Lions. And for those OGs, you also know that Rad told us this was coming. He said that the Lions would be championship contenders by the end of next season. It came a year early. Here they are, NFC Championship. My guy. How you doing?
What's up, Jay? What up, baby? This is dope. Thanks for having me back. I'm excited. I'm very excited. It's going to be a good matchup. And you asking if we can beat y'all. We'll get into it a little bit later, but yes, we're going to win. I'm not going to give my score prediction just yet. But nah, man, I'm excited to be back, talk some football with you. I told y'all we was coming. I told you. It's just a year early. I can't always be right, but I'm excited, man. I haven't had this feeling since I was pissing in the bed, if we're being real. Like,
yeah,
I don't know what this feels like to even be in the NFC Championship. You see, they got the hair blue. Like, I don't know, bro. Last time we was in the NFC Championship, I literally was pissing in the bed. So, I'm very excited, and I think my Lions got a really good shot at beating them damn Niners. Excuse my language, but it is what it is, baby.
You were young, man. It's funny because
I was 6.
You and I talk a lot, right? Obviously, but we also text a lot. So we'll be texting through the games and just kind of rapping about them. And I couldn't feel the excitement from you about the Lions. I felt like I was like getting it out of you. And then all of a sudden, games are over, championship week's over, and I get a text from you. It's like, man, you don't understand how happy I am right now. I cannot believe we're in an NFC Championship. I haven't seen this since I was like 6 years old. And I was like, there it is. There's the excitement that I've been waiting for. You should be excited, man. I'm happy for y'all. I really am happy for y'all.
I appreciate that. When we was texting during the game, it's one because I knew it was going to be a good game. I know we beat them early in the year. I didn't think we was going to come out and dog walk them. It's just that I didn't want to get too excited. But I also, as the season started progressing, like, I felt like we could make a run at it. Like, I don't want to be overexcited. Like, oh, thank God we're here. Like, nah, like we kind of deserve to be here. We've been playing good football. We got the same record. We beat some good teams. We lost to some terrible teams, but consistently we played solid football throughout the year. Obviously, that's why we ended up with 12 wins in the regular season. But like, I am a little surprised, but I'm not surprised either. Like, bro, like, we're a good football team. I really think we belong to be where we're at.
You know what really, really sold me on Detroit, Rad, was actually the last game last year against Green Bay. They went into that game knowing they had no chance at making the playoffs the way the schedule had shaken out. And Green Bay was, if they won, they were in the playoffs. It was in Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers' last game, a lot of people thought he could either retire or move on to another team. And the Lions still went in there and took care of business as if they were the desperate team. And that right there, I knew, okay, Dan Campbell's for real. This Lions team's for real. They're going to make some noise next year. Now, I didn't expect NFC Championship. I think I had them at 11-6 when we did our preseason schedule stuff together. But man, they're doing the damn thing. So you got to be,
you had us like 11-6. You did. Shout out to the chat also, man. I appreciate the love. You know what I'm saying? I ain't seen y'all in a minute. So I want to say what's up, baby.
Full circle moment. Absolutely. Well, let's get into this matchup, man. So Quarterback is the most important position in football. I got to be real. You got a hell of a matchup with the quarterbacks in the AFC between Lamar Jackson, who's about to win his second MVP, and the best quarterback in the NFL, and Patrick Mahomes. And then you got Goff and Purdy. And it's not as much of a big matchup as the one over there. It's not going to get as much love, but it is very important. I mean, these two guys have a chance to go to a Super Bowl. Goff's been there once. He gets a chance to right his wrong. And Purdy, in his second year, has a chance to take the team to the Super Bowl and then do what Jimmy could never do, which is win a Super Bowl. So let's talk about these two quarterbacks for a second. I'm going to ask you in a different way, not who's better, because I think it's disrespectful to talk about Jared Goff as if he hasn't been in this league for a while and done some things. But who do you trust more in this moment? This is a big one, man. This is to go to the Super Bowl. Do you trust Brock Purdy more, or do you trust Jared Goff more, and why?
I'm going to go with Jared Goff, because he is the veteran. I mean, you just hit on it. He's been to a Super Bowl. So I don't think this moment's too big for him. Obviously, you've been in the big game, even though you didn't win it. I'm going to trust Jared Goff more. I mean, he's a veteran. He's played some consistent football. I personally do think he is the better quarterback. I would say Purdy's a little bit more athletic. Not a little more. He's more athletic than Jared Goff. But I think Jared Goff is the better quarterback. I trust him more. And I don't think this moment's too big for him. I think he feels like we're right where we belong. And he's playing with a chip on his shoulder. Like, he started off high out there in the Rams, took him to a Super Bowl, but everything ended bad. He got traded to Detroit. His career's over. You come to Detroit, this is where we're sending people when you're ready to retire. Nobody believed in Jared Goff. 3 years later, he's in the NFC Championship. So I feel like he's playing with a chip on his shoulder, like a lot of players on the Detroit Lions, like our city, like our head coach. Everybody was making fun of him. But I think he has a point to prove. I can go over here to Detroit, lead them to a Super Bowl, because we're going to the Super Bowl, just to let you know. We're going to whip that out. But to answer your question, I mean, I trust Goff more. You better say you trust Goff more. Let's be real. Come on, bro. Like, don't get over here. I notice, your channel, you playing that Homer-ish, but like, yes.
Listen, I don't.
You know what?
You know me. You know me. Rad, listen, if there's one thing you know about me, I'm not going to toe the line. I'm not going to play the Homer game. And so much so that these guys in the chat think that I hate Brock Purdy, which is interesting. Can you clear something up for me, Rad?
You don't hate Brock Purdy. You was right. I actually found the text message. You texted me the year Purdy was coming out. Hey, bro, I think
for the people in the back, go ahead.
For the people in the way back. Hey, people in the way back.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a kid at Iowa State that I think y'all should draft late in the draft, Brock Purdy. You put me on Brock Purdy, years ago. I got text message proof. You should go watch some film on the kid. Solid. Like, he's no all-star, but he's a solid quarterback that I think he could take over after Goff leaves. I swear to right hand before him, he was on Brock Purdy. It's just that he never said Brock Purdy was just an amazing quarterback. He really said he's a good, solid quarterback. And that's what Brock Purdy is. He's a good, solid quarterback. I think the scheme helps him out a lot. You know what I'm saying? I don't want and the players around him. Him and Goff are the same people, to be real, though. I'm gonna just I don't want people to think, and the people in the Lions community, no, I don't love Jared Goff. I think he's a good, solid quarterback, but it just has to be a perfect storm for Goff and Purdy for them to shine. You can't be pressuring him too much. Play calling got to be on point, and he has to have mad pieces around him. He's in the same situation. Goff, he's got mad pieces around him, a top-tier offensive line, and if he can not have to move his feet too much, Goff will make the right throw. He won't turn the ball over. He's going to throw some accurate ducks because he throws mad ducks. But as long as his feet set, clean little pocket, semi-clean pocket, they both will make the play. But to answer your question, I'm trusting Goff more than Purdy in the day.
Okay. I'm actually going to disagree with you, and let me tell you why. It is exactly that. And how often do I text you when the Lions are playing and go, if I watch Jared Goff walk into a sack one more time, I can't do it. at least I know that if there's pressure to be had in these moments, as far as pressure from the defensive line, Brock Purdy can break free and make a play. And Jared Goff, I do not trust at all if he's being pressured. Now, if you said pockets are going to be clean all day, who do I trust more? Give me Jared Goff. But I can't guarantee that. I gotta expect pressure for both of these guys, and Brock Purdy can get mobile and make a play. Jared Goff can't. So give me Brock Purdy in this moment, because he's got a little bit more tools out of the tool belt when it comes to moving around. Now, who's got the better arm? Who can make all the throws? Jared Goff. Who's the better processor? I actually think they're both very good processors. I think that's what makes them both where they're at in the league, but one can move and one cannot. And it's that simple for me. It really is that simple.
I would agree. He is a little bit more athletic and he can get about that pocket. That's one of the things that's going to scare me this week, to be honest, is his legs. Because we get pressures. We get the Lions are known for getting pressures, but when it comes to sacks, we're in the bottom of the league. We have a slow defensive line. My bad, man. My puppy was.
No, you're good.
I had to like Aiden Hutchinson. I think he's a great defensive lineman, but he's not a type of person that's going to get you a chase down sack. So I'm nervous going into this game just because Purdy's somewhat mobile. Yeah. And every butt whooping we didn't took this year has been by mobile quarterbacks. The Bears, the Ravens, the Packers. I don't care what loves somewhat mobile. Yeah. So that's going to scare me. And I would agree. Purdy is a little bit more athletic, but I don't trust him more than Goff. So I can't agree with you on that.
Okay. All right.
No.
Right.
And you, I don't know. Come on, man. Don't play.
What?
You trust Purdy more than Goff.
Yeah, after watching last week when he did it in a moment, yeah, how can you not? He just got done doing it when he needed it most, in the rain. When we know he can't throw in the rain, like this is 3 times in a row he's screwed the pooch when it came to throwing in the rain. So he can't throw in the rain. It's raining. He needs it in a big moment, and he got it done. I mean, I don't know how you know what I mean? He just, maybe it's recency bias because it just happened last week, but I mean, it just happened last week. How do I remove that from my mind?
Okay.
Because when it was happening or before it happened, I was like, oh, God, dude, if this dude chokes this game away.
It was looking spooky for y'all.
Like, it's not going to be good. Yeah.
It was
very, I agree. All right, let me hit a couple of these super chats real quick. Raphael says, should bet on this game. Loser gets a Jimmy G tag. I already got one, remember? Yeah, the OGs should remember that I got the low back tag.
I already got the low back.
Costco Hot Dog says, we about to go full Tanya Harding husband on Dan Campbell's kneecaps. Cucumber monkeys ride. Man. Dazza says, I feel better about this game than against the Packers, but they need to stop Gibbs. Also, Ambry is a concern. Hey, if you allow Amon-Ra St. Brown to get with Ambry Thomas, it is going to be a long night.
Let's line J-Mo up out there. Let's put J-Mo on him. That's what that
actually might be worse. And the reason I say that is I think Ward's a really good corner. I don't know that Amon-Ra St. Brown is a matchup that I like him in. I like Ward when he's covering bigger receivers that he can get physical with. Amon-Ra St. Brown will route you up. He'll get physical with you. He'll beat you with speed. If you want to just go at the catch point, I mean, you guys remember Steve Smith, right? I'm not saying he's this strong at the catch point, but he's pretty dang strong, pretty dang close. If the ball is a 50-50 ball, he's likely going to come down with it. So I don't know that Amon-Ra St. Brown is I would almost say, hey, let's put Ambry on him and know that that's going to be an L. And we can help double cover over there. And then whoever Ward has, that's going to be a W in the 49ers' favor. I almost would rather go that route, really. But I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. Let's talk about some of these matchups, though. We'll start with a matchup that you're worried about. Give me a matchup that you're worried about in this game with the San Francisco 49ers.
On the outside, defensively, our corners is that's where we're terrible at. That's where we need the hugest upgrade. I'm worried about a Brandon Ayuk. I know Debo is 50-50 to play, or is he out yet? I don't know.
50-50.
About that. I'm not really too worried about Debo. It's more about Brandon Ayuk. torching us. That's what I'm worried about more than anything. That's the matchup I'm nervous about. The Cam Sutton versus Brandon Ayuk. I think that's going to be huge. And then we have to contain McCaffrey. There's no shutting Christian McCaffrey down. I think our linebackers are going to have to be real gap sound, which they've been pretty solid all year, but containing him somewhat. If we can keep him under less than, I'd say, 80 yards rushing, I think we have a shot. Because if y'all can establish the run and get the play action going, it's going to be a problem. And we gotta, I don't even know if we should be running bracket coverage. I kind of want to just keep a safety high for Brandon Ayuk because Cam Sutton one-on-one, it could get bad. I think it could get real bad. That's what I'm worried. I'm worried about Brandon Ayuk. If we're being like really real here, that's the matchup I'm worried about. Is that Brandon Ayuk one?
Yeah. Well,
Our
I just talked
terrible,
about
dog. They're terrible.
They're not good. No, they're not good.
They're
well, Branch
terrible.
is good. Branch is legit.
That's
Branch
a nickel, though.
Yeah, I know, but he's a nickel. Yeah.
Brian Branch is to the point where I'm like, bro, we might just need to move him outside to the outside. Like,
can he play outside?
I haven't seen him. He never had college film him playing outside either. He's more of he is a nickel, sometimes safety, need to be near the line of scrimmage type player. That's where he's most effective.
Yeah, Eric expected you to say the Niners were buns, Lions by 50.
No, I'm not. Come on, now, I ain't no fool. I'm over here in my Honolulu blue, but I ain't no fool. Hey, y'all ain't buns by no means. No.
So I just talked about Ambry Thomas being a concern for sure, but look, I'm going to give something different here. That run game with Montgomery and especially Gibbs, the 49ers, if you look at the numbers, they're good against the run defense. If you look at the numbers, but if you really watch San Francisco week in and week out, there have been many weeks where the run defense has been anything but sound. Last week was one of them. It just happened just a week ago. The most concerning thing for me was this was coming off of a bye week. When you had seen the 49ers run defense break down twice this year, it was after 5-6 week stretches where you're thinking, okay, maybe they're just a little bit tired having to string together these games. They should be good after a bye week. That was not the case this last week. Now, Aaron Jones is very, very, very good runner.
Running back.
These two, though, this combination with this offensive line, they could be a real problem. And it's interesting because you have two teams that want to do similar things. Correct. They want to hit you over the middle in the passing game, but they want to open you up through play action. They want to run the ball first. And it's who can establish their will and impose their will on the other team the best. The Lions running game definitely is something to worry about. I personally am more scared of Gibbs. I know Montgomery does his thing as well, but Gibbs to me is he's a home run threat. Every time he touches the ball, that guy could take it to the house. And when he's on the field, he also can catch it out of the backfield. And that gives Goff, we talk about the happy feet in the pocket. If Goff has him on the field, he knows where the check down's at all times, which means he can be a little bit more patient and doesn't feel the pressure as much. And that also can be concerning.
I mean, hey, he's a bad boy. He's a bad boy. We have to protect Goff. That's a match. I want to go back on. I got one more on this matchup. We have to slow down your pass rush. I know we have a top tier offensive line, but it's going to be key that Penei Sewell continues to play at the level he's playing at. Taylor Decker's been playing well, but we're missing. I believe Jonah Jackson's not playing. That's our starting left guard. Now, putting a backup in against y'all defensive line is kind of scary. Frank Ragnow's banged up. Frank the Tank, he's battling 4 injuries from back, toe to knee and ankle. So it's like I'm a little nervous about the offensive line matchup against y'all pass rushing D line. I think we can truly run the ball on y'all. It's more stopping y'all's pass rush. We can't get into those third and longs. I'm a little nervous because the offensive line is banged up. That's a matchup right there in the trenches that I want to see.
Yeah, I mean that is definitely, that makes things interesting because the way that I see it is Detroit has 4 very good offensive linemen. One of them's out. and one of them's hurt. Now, bookend wise, you guys are good. I could see a scenario where Bosa and Chase don't do anything, but Hargrave and Armstead because of it. So, that's something that we could look out for. Panay Sewell is the best in the business. Right tackle. Panay Sewell is the best in the business.
100%.
Remember how happy you were when he was drafted?
I about passed out. Because we wasn't supposed to land him. Remember, I was thinking Micah Parsons has had a great NFL career. I thought we were going to land Parsons or the kid out there in the Chargers. What's the offensive lineman for the Chargers that came out that year?
Yeah. I know who you're talking about. He's good. Yeah, Slater. Yeah.
Slater. I thought we were going to land him, but Penei Sewell to fall to us at 7. Yeah, bro, I about fell out my chair and everything. Blood pressure. It was bad, dog. Yes, and he has panned out and is the best right tackle, all pro. Hey, it worked out, man. It worked out.
I remember early it was a little shaky in the beginning. It was a little shaky.
It was.
Oh God, what is he? Whatever. But I mean, he's definitely panned out. He's the best right tackle in the game right now. For sure. John,
so happy, bro.
Oh, actually, you know what? Actually, hold on. Before we get to the super chats, give me a matchup that you're confident in. Give me something you're confident in going into this game.
Amon-Ra St. Brown finishing with 100 receiving yards. That's what whoever's guarding him. Amon-Ra St. Brown. That's what I'm confident in. St. Brown's gonna eat regardless, bro. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. He's gonna figure out a way to get open. I'm confident in that. That's really about. I mean, it's gonna be a hell of a game. I can't really say I think Sam Laporta could eat. I think he could work out a little bit and figure out some ways to move the chains for us. But I'm confident. I'm confident in that boy St. Brown. He won't be stopped. St. Brown won't be stopped. That's one thing I am confident in.
No,
and I'm confident Aiden Hutchinson will have 7 pressures with no sacks.
No sacks. That's been our defensive line as of late. No sacks.
I'm confident in that. That's one thing I am. Aiden Hutchinson will have 20 pressures, number 1 PFF for the week, but no sacks. No, I'm just playing. Hutch comes up clutch sometimes, but they get caught. Pressures are huge. Don't get it twisted. They are huge. You know, they get people out of their spots and things like that. But bro, you got to close the deal sometimes, bro.
That's what we've been saying about Bosa lately. Bosa's in the same boat right now. This guy gets umpteen million pressures and doesn't get any sacks. Last week was a great microcosm of it. We pressured Love on 40% of his dropbacks and got 0 sacks. None. Not a single one. It's that can't happen this week. They have to get on. Actually, it probably could happen this week because Goff will walk into about 4 sacks all of a sudden. It was it was supposed to be a pressure, and he just drops to the ground. It's okay, I give up.
Relax, dog. He be so nervous back there. Bro, you just stepped into a sack. You turned around into a sack. Bro, all you have to do is literally move a couple inches to the right and the pocket's clean. Bro, he be out there looking nervous like he a rookie. Dog, you've been in the league damn near 8 years now. Calm down. You got all these good offensive linemen. Relax, G. Goff be acting a fool sometimes, bro. But hey, he's been playing solid football in the playoffs. He had a bad stretch towards the end of the year, but he hasn't turned the ball over. Thank you, Goffel. So let's continue that. That's what we need. Let's continue to win the turnover battle. That's what it's going to come down to. Who's going to win the turnover battle?
That's true. He did try, by the way. He did try to give a nice little pick in the end zone there.
Oh my Lord.
Or 2.
What was you looking at? John, just relax, baby.
John V says Goff scored 3 points in a Super Bowl. Need I say more? But he's been there. He has been there.
Right.
And that was against Bill Belichick at his best. I think the Patriots only scored 13.
It was a low scoring one.
AC from the 503 says, I love y'all. Go Niners, only because Radford is with the Lions.
Hate, AC. That's hate.
Randall says, worried about Ambry. Understandable. Let's talk about the Lions corners now.
I just hit on Cam Sutton and them, bro. Our corners are so bad. I can't even tell you who the second one is. It's Vildor or somebody. It's somebody who was at Walmart
every week is a new guy.
I don't know who it is.
Mosley, man, him going down this year was
heartbreaking. First game back. It was heartbreaking.
I feel so bad for him, man.
I was so high on Mosley.
Good. He's really good.
I forgot about
Daza. Yeah, I know. Sorry, I didn't mean to bring it up. Daza says Niners D-line needs to really step up. I have heard the Lions have some O-line injuries. Goff isn't great when pressured, but we had 0 sacks last week. Preaching to the choir, man. Preaching to the choir. NorCal says Jared Goff wearing 16 because of Joe Montana and coming back home. Goff going to be nervous, Rad. Big homecoming.
He's not nervous, bro. Goff's not. Goff is ready for this moment. He's not going to be nervous. He's not.
I don't know if Goff even has like a nervous bone in his body. Not because he's just like so clutch, but just because it's almost like he's just like
always even killed. He's just always even.
Like, doesn't care, bro.
Always.
I don't know. He just doesn't. He really doesn't care. It's like it seems like nothing affects him. If I will say this, if he wasn't nervous against, I understand it was at home, but that big home game against Stafford and against his coach who got rid of him, if he wasn't nervous in that setting, I don't know that he's going to be nervous.
He's going to be all right.
Be nervous. All right, give me a player.
Cool.
Give me a player on the Lions that most fans wouldn't know about, but is making a big impact this year, and somebody that you're excited about moving forward as well.
Brian Branch, I think as a rookie, he has stepped in and played very well. I have a couple. He's played very well in that role, as far as coverage, making tackles when they need to be made, getting sacks when we need to get sacks, and he's handled all the pressure very well, no matter who he's matched up against in the slot. I think Brian Branch stands out to me. Ife Melifonwu, you wanted him as a Niner when we drafted him. I think
I did.
A pick right ahead of y'all.
I did.
Okay, right here. There it is, right there. He has came on strong. Pause. He's been hurt the majority of his career, but these last 6 to 8 weeks, he's probably been one of our best defensive players we've had. I know we got Aiden Hutchinson, but he's right there as far as playing really good coverage. I know he's given up a couple touchdowns, but he's always in the right place. It's just more of like the receiver made a better play. His sacks, the kid's blitzing at a very high rate and efficient rate. He's hiding his blitzes very well. He's holding off, bam. Then he just shoots through. He gets a sack. I think he didn't have a sack damn near every week these past 4 to 5 weeks. Ife Melifonwu was somebody that we need to have a big game from, and I think he's going to step up because he also covers the tight ends and things like that. And George Kittle, we got to stop George Kittle. I think that's going to be a key for us to win is to also contain him. Don't let him get going. Oh, shut up, Drake. Iffy, he's not a lesser known name, but we need Jameson Williams to finally I think this is a game I feel like we really need you, J-Mo. Because I know we got the kid's name Ambry Thomas. Is it Ambry Thomas?
Ambry Thomas, corner? Yeah.
I think we can expose him. I really do. I think this is the week we need to take some shots downfield, and I need you to make the catch. I need you to run that 15-yard out, get open, work this, because they're both young. I think Ambry came in, might have been the same year as J-Mo. I think he's only second year, third year. But we need to
year before J-Mo.
So I think it's time for J-Mo to step up. I know everybody knows his name, but he just ain't really had that much production. And I think it's finally this needs to be your blowout game, bro. I think we need to call on 9 this game. I'm gonna be real. That's somebody I think who can really impact the game. I mean, the kid runs a 4.2 40, but we just need to get him the opportunities, and he needs to get open and catch it. Jameson Williams.
He's been coming on strong now. He's been coming on strong.
He's
spurts. He's showing flashes. He's showing flashes. I'll say that.
Yes. I need a game where you get 100.
Yeah.
I need a game like that. 100. I'm not even gonna say 2 touchdowns. I need 100.
You can't have Reynolds out here out receiving him every game, which is
every
weird.
Week. every week.
Yeah,
Like, you know
he's
what I'm
too
saying?
talented. He's too
Come
talented for that. He's
on,
way too talented. Way
and
too
we
talented.
traded up to draft you, so it's like
Yeah.
I need to see some of this JMO of Alabama. I need to, and this is the week I feel like he can do that because
Yeah.
y'all are kind of soft on that corner. You got one good one. It's Ward, right? Number 7.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
Diamador
well.
Lenore, our nickel corner, very, very good. Very good. In fact, Diamador Lenore started this year on the outside,
Mhm.
and Isaiah Oliver was so bad at nickel that they asked him to move inside so that they could play Ambry because they felt Ambry was an upgrade over Isaiah, but Ambry can't play nickel. He has to play outside. So Demo, being as versatile as he is, he moved inside. He's definitely a lesser known player around the league. I think people are starting to pick up a little bit, but he was the one that set the tone last week defensively. He was hitting people all over the place. So he's one of them. And another one is Jair Brown, the rookie. He filled in for Huff when Huff went out with his ACL tear and was fantastic. Then he got hurt and we thought he was going to be fully healthy last week. There were some questions on whether he was or he wasn't. Either way, they decided to go with the veteran and Logan Ryan. They need to play Jair Brown this week. He's a much better player, and he's somebody in the secondary that I think can help out a little bit as well. So those two players, Diamador Lenore, Jair Brown, keep an eye out for those guys. Both of them are young and very, very good. Very
You think Demo can contain St. Brown?
I mean, let me say this. Out of all the corners, I would prefer if St. Brown was in the slot and Demo was on him because size-wise, they kind of match up. Physicality-wise, very, very safe. He plays corner like St. Brown plays wide receiver, to be real with you. They almost mirror images. If St. Brown was a
Just
defensive
tough,
back,
gritty,
he would be Demo.
Player.
He would be Demo. Yep.
Okay.
So, but the way I see it is St. Brown's they're going to move him around wherever they feel, and he moves around everywhere. He can be in the slot, he can be outside, and whatever matchup they feel they can get, and then he'll create matchups. I expect to see him and Mooney a lot, Ward on the outside, and I am not actually a fan of that matchup. I'm not. So we'll see. 808 Niner says, my brother is a Lions fan, so I've seen a lot of them. The one matchup that scares me is a Lee McNeil, there's a name, against the interior of our O-line. He just came back a few weeks ago, yeah?
Yes, he did. I like that. Y'all soft on the inside? Pause. O-line soft? Lee McNeil will work out, baby.
A bit, yeah.
A bit. He will.
A bit. Right guard has been shaky this whole season. Center, maybe-ish. Right tackle, really. Hutchinson's going to have himself a day. He's going to have about 14 pressures if he lines up over our right tackle. I'll tell you that right now.
That's
no sacks, though, but he'll have about 14 pressures.
That's where he's about to be there. Okay.
He does rotate, right? He does flip. He does flip, right? Or is he more over the right tackle?
Yes, but no. He 90% of the time he's going to be over that right tackle.
Oh yeah, no, that's I don't even know how I didn't think about that. That's a terrible matchup for the 49ers.
He doesn't.
That's awful.
He stays on that right side. Yeah,
awful matchup.
I like this, Naylor.
Awful matchup. Our right tackle is terrible. Terrible. McKivitz.
Never heard of him.
Yeah, exactly. The chat. A lot of people in the chat call him McGiveth because he'll McGiveth a few sacks. Yeah. Okay. He'll give you a few.
I like this.
So not great. Not a fan of that one. Flav says, can we just take a second to laugh at the Raiders? Reed, Peyton, and Harbaugh and Antonio Pierce. Have fun with that. Yeah, man, they've got some great coaches over in the AFC and some great quarterbacks. That's the even scarier part. You got two great coaches paired with two great quarterbacks. Not going to go too well for the Raiders. Not going to go too well.
But Pierce got them playing hard.
He does.
I'll give him that.
He was the right hire for that team. He was the right hire, but he'll probably get washed out, unfortunately, because he doesn't have a lot of talent. He doesn't have a quarterback, and there's some great coaches.
Jimmy G. They do got a quarterback, bro. What you talking about? They got Jimmy G. Don't sit here and hate on him. Y'all better show that man his respect that he deserves.
You're so full of it.
Jimmy G is the top 8 quarterback in the NFL.
I
hell
can't
wrong with
stand you
y'all?
right now. I can't
Talking about
stand
he ain't
you.
no quarterback. You better show
Cannot
that
stand
man.
you.
Get that man his flowers. The hell are you
Come on.
talking?
You're gonna get some of
What?
these guys
What?
riled up like, yeah, I've been telling y'all. I told y'all, Jimmy.
There's somebody who believes.
Golly, man.
Jimmy G, baby. Jimmy G. He's a clown. McDaniels had to have his guy. He brought in Jimmy G. Got benched week 8. Then they brought in, I don't even O'Donnell. I'm just throwing the name. I don't know who he brought in. Then he gets fired. Man, them boys is dumb. Jimmy G's buns. McDaniels is buns. You better be an offensive coordinator, bro. You're not a leader of men. You cannot lead men. You better just call plays, McDaniels. I'm sorry. I know that's mad off topic, but I'd have to go down that Jimmy G train and Josh McDaniels. He's so terrible as a head coach. Good God. Go
Oh,
ahead.
you remember when we first started this show? That was like that was still a big thing, right? In 49er land, like a lot of people really believed in Jimmy G, and every week you had to tell them how terrible he is, and they're like, no, you don't know. You don't know.
He
Yes,
wins
I do.
football games. He wins games. Look at the guy's win percent. Like, bro, get out of here, dog. I could have got back there and he played for the 49ers. Like, yeah, and like Shanahan's calling the plays. I could say hike and dump it off. And he's throwing bubble screens, and then people take it 20, 30 yards for him. That had nothing to do with Jimmy G, dog. I can make that 10-yard throw. Get out of here. And then he goes to the Raiders and the bed, like we all knew he would, and got McDaniels, fired. God, get back on track, bro. Talking Jimmy G.
Give me some keys to the game. Like at the end of the day, when it's over, if this happened or these couple things happen, you would feel good and probably think that the Lions win. If I didn't tell you the box score, but I told you, hey, Rad, they executed on these one or two things, you would feel that your Lions would win. What are those?
I mean, obviously it starts in the trenches, controlling the line of scrimmage on the offensive side. If we can get the run game going, if Jahmyr Gibbs has 100 total yards, it can come either way. We're going to win that game. That's just how I look at it. If we get him going, I think the kid needs, I want to say 20 touches. It can be receiving, rushing. He needs 20 touches. And if he has 100 yards of total scrimmage yards, I think we win the game. We have to get the run game going. That's going to get Goff's play action pass going. That's also going to back y'all up a little bit to where he can be comfortable in the pocket. We got to keep Goff somewhat comfortable if we want a chance. Like, we have to, because we're going to end up in a 3rd and long sooner or later. So we need to be able to complete some passes. We got to protect the Goff, and we have to get the run game going. We need to establish the line of scrimmage early. Low key, Green Bay established the line of scrimmage on y'all. So it made Jordan's Love day a little bit easier. I'm going to just be real. At one point, I was thinking like, dang, it was the first half. The Niners was really getting a butt handed to them. I'm going to just be real with y'all. Like, y'all can say what you want, but it looked kind of bad that first half for y'all. But we got to come out here and control the line of scrimmage, bro. We set up that run game. Jahmyr ends up with at least 100 total yards. I think we win. I really do. He's too electric. Because Amarad's going to get his. But if Jahmyr can get his also, we win. We win.
Oh, look at this, man. We got a plethora of people in here that you know and love. We got,
I see my boy Dose in the building.
Right here.
Mike's in the building.
Micro Mike.
What up?
We got Dose. We got my wife saying what's up. There you go.
Up? Yeah, what it do,
girl? Hey, everybody loves Rad, man. Everybody loves Rad for sure. How can you not? How can you not? All right, man.
I'm not done. That's offensive.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I don't listen. I'm not here to take your shine. Just go ahead.
I'm not even here to shine. I'm just here to have a good time. You know what I'm saying? But defensively, we need to contain Christian McCaffrey. not give up the big play. I mean, it's basics, but it's hard to stop in the NFL. You know what I mean? We have to slow down y'all run game, stop your run game, because y'all want to set up the same thing. You want to establish the run to where you can live off the play action pass. We're similar teams. People just don't think that, but like low key, our playing styles is very similar. Y'all do have the better defense. I'll give y'all that. But like offensively, we're trying to get the same thing established. But we need to slow him down, and we got to get some pressures on Brock Purdy. They probably won't end up to sacks, but we got to get some pressures. And when he goes to scramble, don't let him scramble for no 10 to 12 yards. Like cut that down to like 3. That's what we have to do that. We just cannot give up the big play. I know that's a little cliche answer, but it's true with us because we're bound to give up the big play. But we need to stop and give up the big play and get off the field on third downs, bro. I think we can beat y'all. But if Gibbs has over 100 total yards offense, we will win. I'm flipping it back over to Gibbs because I think he's the key. Gibbs is the key.
Do you feel like the Lions should be doing more of like a 60-40 split in his favor instead of this 50-50 stuff?
Yes, and it goes on the hot hand, honestly. It's not even a 60-40 to be real. Sometimes it's 60-40 Montgomery. It just depends on, I feel like, who's got the hotter hand. But I think Gibbs does need, I would give Gibbs 15 rushes a game and 5 to 6 pass attempts as far as screens or even checkdowns. Just get the ball in the kid's hands and he's going to make something shake. He will. From his speed to, honestly, one of his most slept on traits is his balance. You think the kid's about to go down, but he got that Kamara type balance. Alvin Kamara's got some of the best balance in the game. Yes, he needs to be the bell cow, and he's not.
Yeah, man, he took over that game low key last week, and it was nice because they kept him in for the 2 straight drives, and that's exactly why they were able to score on those 2 drives. He took things over. Gibbs is so explosive. He's so good. They're both good, but Gibbs is special, man. He is, and I got to be real with you. You and I had the conversation when you drafted him, and it's not that I didn't believe in his talent, but I was like, why are y'all trading Swift and then drafting this man so early? What is going on? You're like, no, I'm telling you, Naylor, I'm telling you, he's the guy. This is the right move. And I'm like, I don't believe that. It was the right move. I was completely wrong. You were absolutely right. That was the right move. That was the right move.
I'd be right a lot of times. You just don't like admitting. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna get into the one we had the phone conversation about that we've argued for about a damn decade, and you finally admit that I was right. We're not gonna get into that because neither one of those players are in the playoffs. But I just want y'all to know I'd be right 90% of the time. 90.
Oh man. Well, listen, to me, this game is as simple as pressuring Goff and getting him to turn the ball over. Did you know that Jared Goff in his last 5 games against San Francisco 49ers is 0-5? Did you know that? Did you know?
That's a fun fact, but nobody really cares. But go ahead.
Yeah. So he's 0-5. So they know how to play Jared Goff. They know exactly what it takes to beat Jared Goff. Doing it with this offensive line and this run game makes that a little bit tougher to do. I acknowledge that. But if they can pressure Goff and get in his mentals, I believe Goff will cough this game up. And he'll be the reason that y'all lose. I really do believe that. On the flip side, as interesting as the run game is, your guys' run defense is very, very good. Very good. And you guys sell out to stop the run.
It's the only good thing it is on defense. But
Brock Purdy should be able to run through this defense. Okay? Like a hot knife through butter. He should be able to cut right through it. And the middle of the field should be wide open as it always is against the Detroit Lions. And that's where he likes to operate. So for me, Brock Purdy just has to stay on time, stay in rhythm offensively. And I think the 49ers can put up points. And then as long as we get Goff off of his point in the pocket, I think it's a long, long day for the Detroit Lions. So those are my 2 keys, offensively and defensively. And it actually goes right back to the quarterback conversation. But I want to actually ask you something.
Like hot sliced butter, huh?
Yeah, hot knife through through butter.
Yeah,
The whole
through butter. I get it
because it's hot and it.
It's
no,
not
okay.
going. It ain't going down like that. That was real
Okay, all
nice,
right.
but a hot knife going through butter. No, fool. It's not rocking like that. Good try though.
But I want to actually ask you something here because it's funny the way that I look at Dan Campbell and Kyle Shanahan. They couldn't be more polar opposites. They're exact opposites of each other. You got Shanahan, who's like the genius. He's all into his play calling. He's not the rah-rah guy. And then you got Campbell, who doesn't call plays. He gets in front of a mic and is just like total meathead, ex-football player, talks to the media as if it's his football room. And he is a guy who's not conservative. He'll go for it on fourth downs. He'll do fake punts. He'll go for 2-point conversions. He goes off of the feel of the game to where Shanahan goes off the game plan for the game. They're polar opposites in that. But what I find interesting is they each have quarterbacks that kind of counterbalance them a little bit. Brock Purdy may not have the strongest arm, but if you watch him play, he's got some gunslinger to his game. I mean, he gets a little loose with it. And that's not necessarily like Shanahan's guy. He wants somebody who protects the ball and he can trust to make the right moves, which he will do that too, but he gets a little loose with the football. And then you got Campbell, who is loose with the football and is all about balls to the walls, but then he's got Goff, who kind of counterbalances him a little bit. Do you kind of notice that a little bit between these two? Like it's a good counterbalance for both these coaches. These quarterbacks are for them.
That is very true because Goff is, more mellow, conservative, not loose cannon. You know what I mean? He's not.
No, not at all.
Trying to gunsling and put balls where he's not supposed to be putting them or anything. Trying to fit it into that window. No. That's not the read. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to check the ball down.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to fall on the ground and take the sack.
Yeah. He'll take a sack now. He'll take a real good sack. Pause.
Oh, that was a good pause because that was wild.
Crazy Gaming says, I think this will ride on how well the 49ers D does in the pressure and getting sacks. Goff traditionally gives up interceptions when he's under pressure. There we go, Crazy Gaming. Same wavelength. We're on it. GTC Real says, Goff, we ain't worried about you cats. Oh, not even worried at all. We did say this last week, by the way, and that we were pretty worried by about halfway through that game.
We get out here and shock the world once again. Okay.
Jamal Armstrong. What's up, Jamal? Went government name there. Hey, Rad's fun and bubbly personality reminds me so much of Jamal Williams. Very entertaining. Good to see you back here, Rad.
What it do, Jamal?
Cryptic says, how does it feel after the Lions' all-time greats from Barry Sanders to CJ to finally get a chance at a Super Bowl after so long? Now the defense has given up 42 points to the Niners, but what does it mean for the city?
Go to sleep. That's what it means. Cryptic. Take your ass to sleep. That's what you need to do.
Nice. There's the response we were looking for. Flav says, wasn't Jimmy G 500 with a coach that got canned? He just needs to be a backup somewhere with a good D and O-line and waiting for an injury. I'd put my money on him in the playoffs again before Trey ever gets there.
Ooh,
he loves Jimmy G.
That's taking shots at you. They know you love Trey.
Hey, it doesn't. Trey hasn't been here all year. The only reason he ever gets brought up is from other people's comments. I don't ever talk about Trey Lance. It's a weird situation. I don't want anything to do with Jimmy G. You're right. You know what? Flav, you're actually right. I trust Jimmy G to only throw 8 passes, have one of them be an interceptable pass, and hand the ball off 40 times. You know what? He did do that to get to a Super Bowl. You're right about that. 49er Vito says, send them back to the den.
Wrong.
And that's happening.
Send us to the Super Bowl in Vegas. That's what's about to be happening. Shit.
Ramilia in here telling people how to beat Purdy as if he knows. Yeah, the Rams don't really beat us. That's true, Flav. That's very, very true. All right, give me a second here to get this switch over going. All right, man. It's time. And I don't want, listen, I know you're happy to be in this moment, Rad. I know that this is a big moment for you, but it's a year ahead of schedule. You admitted this yourself. You thought next year was the year,
Okay.
which means you should be confident doing it a year early that you can do it again. So be honest with the people. Give a real prediction, what you really feel, not what you want to happen.
But I really truly feel.
What you really truly feel. That's what I want to just. As long as we preface that that's what we're going to get from you, then that's all I care about.
Okay. 31-28. I think it's going to come down to a field goal.
Okay.
Detroit Lions win.
Oh wow. Maybe you didn't understand the rules.
Jahmyr Gibbs is going to score a touchdown.
How you really
I'm
feel?
going to tell you how we're going to get our points.
Okay. All right.
Gibbs is going to score.
Okay.
He's going to have over that 100 total yards from scrimmage. David Montgomery's going to get a touchdown from the 4-yard line. Okay, there's 2. Sam LaPorta is good for 1. And Amon-Ra St. Brown's going to get 1. So there's our 4 touchdowns. Then we're going to kick that field goal to beat y'all. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I know 31-28, that's fairly high in the NFL. I
think these 2 offenses can do it, though. I think yeah.
It's going to be, I think there's going to be 4 touchdowns scored. But we're going to win by that field goal, Bubba. 31-28, we're going to shock the world. Jared Goff's just going to walk off the, field super cool, mellow. He ain't going to show much excitement. And we're just going to walk off like we supposed to be going where we going, to the Super Bowl, dog. That's truly it. 31-28. You want me to tell the people how I truly feel? Don't be a homer. Give your real score prediction. I'm giving you my real score prediction. 31-28, Detroit Lions.
I like it. Who would you rather play in the Super Bowl? Since y'all are going there.
Kansas City. I don't want to deal with look. I don't want to deal with Baltimore. You don't want to deal with Baltimore. Didn't nobody want to deal with Baltimore. I get y'all had 4 or 5 turnovers that game, but I don't care, bro. Ain't nobody playing football like the Baltimore Ravens right now. And then they got somebody magical at quarterback, the new age Mike Vick, with an amazing defense. I want to see the Kansas City Chiefs in Vegas. There it is.
Yeah, I agree. By the way, I would rather see Kansas City as well. And isn't that crazy to say? Let's take a step back and say we're wishing for Patrick Mahomes. That's how good Baltimore is, in our opinion. That we're wishing to play the best quarterback in the NFL. Okay, that's weird.
Yep.
and Baltimore's won both of these matchups handily. Like they beat y'all like 38-6. You guys couldn't get offense going. Nothing, man. That was crazy.
I turned the game off at halftime.
Yeah, it was ugly. Ours was ugly though too. Ours wasn't much better. It was not good. It was not good. All right. I actually agree. With your 31. I can see the
31-28. Okay.
Not 28 so much. I agree 20 something. Mm-hmm. I think, what's the spread? 7 points?
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I'm not a bettor. You know that.
You're not.
I wouldn't piggyback off of my bet here. But if I was a betting man, I like that 7. I'm going to go 31-23 Niners to cover the spread as well. And finally getting over the NFC Championship hump to make it back to a Super Bowl and face whoever it is. It's probably going to be Baltimore. That's going to be a hell of a game. But I think the Lions are a year early. All credit in the world to them. Very, very happy with what they've done. You all should be happy as well. It must feel good, but the run ends here. Let me ask you this. I know that you don't think that the Lions are going to lose, Rad, but if they do lose, would you feel better about the season, just how it went and kind of being ahead of schedule, or would you be more disappointed? Like, how would you feel about this season overall?
I think I'm happy with the way the season's turned out because we are ahead of schedule. But no, I would be disappointed because I truly believe that we can win the NFC. Now, the Super Bowl, we can talk a different moment, different time on who we're meeting in the Super Bowl. But like, nah, man, like once it start getting towards the end of the season, I'm like, bro, we can really make a run at this. And I knew we were getting back key players in Lee McNeil, CJ Gardner-Johnson, and James Houston. I'm like, we can make a run at this. Like, we're getting our best interior defensive lineman back. We're getting our best pure pass rusher, not our best D lineman, but our best pure pass rusher back and our best defensive back. Like, I think we can make a run at this. Goff is now not turning the ball over because he went down the stretch where he was turning the ball over a lot. No, I would be disappointed because I truly think we can get to the Super Bowl. I'm not going to say we can win it, but I think we can win the NFC. Y'all are beatable. Obviously, we got 5 losses. And then what I seen what Green Bay did to y'all last week, because I felt like y'all shouldn't have won that game, but I don't even want to, I don't want to get blasted on here, but I don't think y'all should have won that football game. After seeing what Green Bay did, I think y'all are beatable, bro. No Debo. Yeah, I think we can win this game. And I would be very upset if we lost. Yes.
Well, Debo might play. Like, it's still 50-50, right? Like,
if he plays, he plays, he's going to get hit in the shoulder a couple times and he's going to go right back to the tent. Cool. He's not making it through that game with that shoulder.
No. Yeah, that may be true. That may be true. No. Is Houston playing? Is he been playing?
He's full practice today, but I mean, he's been doing that for a couple weeks. I believe he should be playing. I would hope he's playing.
They should at least rotate him in, I would think. You guys need some whatever you can get
on that D line. Yeah. Like, we need some pressures. Yeah. He can, but he's that D lineman that his bend is very well. He can get low to the earth, get underneath that offensive tackle, and actually chase down a quarterback to get a sack. Hutch can't do that. Hutch ain't chasing down nobody to clip an ankle to get a sack. James Houston can do that.
I think Hutch coming off the right with McKivitz, he can force Purdy hopefully to the left, and then Houston can come clean up potentially. I think would be ideal. But I'll tell you this: Purdy's slick, man. He'll spin out of that and make Hutch look silly probably, and run right to his side too, and make a little dart downfield to George Kittle. So you got to watch out.
Then he drops the pass.
Kittle.
He's trying to make up plays in your head. He's so smooth. He's gonna spin
and then Kittle scores a touchdown.
No,
does like the shake, like he's popping a bottle for the celebration.
No.
Oh, okay. I didn't.
You're imagining way too much.
I thought if that happens, I'm gonna text you. I'm texting you like, hey, remember what I said?
Then he throws a dart to Kittle, and Kittle drops it. Then looks at his hands. That's what's gonna happen. Cool play, man. I like that play you just thought of.
Zach became a new YouTube member. I appreciate you. Sean says injury report on the Lions O-line. We did talk about it earlier. Left guard out. He would be back for the Super Bowl, it sounds like. And too bad y'all won't be there, but he could be back. And then Frank Ragnow, their center, is very banged up, but he should play.
He don't play. That's Frank the Tank, baby.
Yeah, he's playing. GTC Real says, I swear to G, if it comes down to Moody and he misses, that's what we don't want. I'm going to lose my ish. All that hard work for a rookie to come up short. Just, ugh. If that's how the season ends, GTC Reels, third round.
I'm sorry.
Third round. Yeah. Let's go all the way in. Dose, what's up, Dose? He says Goff about to no look the Lions to Vegas. Wow.
This fool he sends me a no look pass from Goff that was a semi no look. I'm like, Goff's out here, Goff's throwing no look passes. I'm like, bro, that was not a no look. I'm gonna send it to you next, and then I want you to report to Dose. I'm like, bro, that was like a 20% no look. Like, I swear, he loves Goff. If you want to talk Goff, get Dose on here. He's gonna get you the next gen stats, the PFF stats, all the game film you need about his boy Jared Goffle. Hey, we need a week out of you this week, Goff, man. Come on, let's play some good football, no turnovers, baby, and just stand in the pocket, G. Like, don't quit acting so nervous. God, then he falls so soft too, and it's like, bro, like. Like a little piece of bread. Like, God, leave, dog. What is wrong with you, Goff? When nobody even near you.
He just floats down like a feather.
He does. A dude touch his shoulder pad. He ready to fall. Like, bro, relax, dog. Like, that buddy open. What is wrong with you? Grow some nuts.
49ers Vito says, I can see the Lions winning on Madden. I agree. I agree with that. Maybe on Madden they could.
That was good. That was a good one.
Zach says, kept hearing the weak Lions strength of schedule all season. Is this the hardest team they've played all year? Love your work, Jesse. Rad, you be cool. Thank you, Zach. I appreciate you.
The Baltimore Ravens was.
Yeah, Ravens. It didn't go well for them. Who did y'all beat that was actually a quality opponent?
The Rams, the Buccaneers twice, the Green Bay Packers. The Chargers was 500 when we played them. Beat them.
I love how you just try to sneak that one in there. Like,
I gotta let you. Yeah, the Kansas City Chiefs, who's also in the AFC Championship.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. I mean, who did y'all beat? Since we're talking,
that's true.
Okay, who's your quality opponent wins?
Well, if I'm going future, about to beat the Lions, I think that's pretty quality. We beat Green Bay also.
Okay.
We beat Dallas. We beat Dallas
too, but Jerry Jones' pockets beat us. So
we beat the Rams. We beat the Seahawks twice.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, we had some quality wins too.
Oh, okay.
Some quality ones. Yeah.
Sound like a lot of
we both lost to Baltimore. Both lost to Baltimore. You know.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
There's that. Yeah. We beat Pittsburgh. They were in the playoffs.
Who?
Pittsburgh. They were in the playoffs.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, we beat them. They were in the playoffs. Oh, we beat Tampa. They were in the playoffs. We beat them too.
Pittsburgh was weak. I guess. I didn't know we were throwing the Steelers out. Shout out to Mike Tomlin and them.
Playoff team. They made the playoffs.
Hey, but we all know Pittsburgh.
You threw out the Chargers. Well, they were 5-5 when we beat them.
Well, I was just going to, because I know you love Justin Herbert, so I kind of want to let you know that we beat your boy. That's all.
Yeah. Daz says, what's the forecast? It's supposed to be nice, about 73 degrees and no rain. That's really what matters. That's perfect. Flav says, sorry if you talked about this already, but why has Goff and the team struggled outdoors this year? Is that a concern for you? Also, are Goff's cleats made of cement? Second part, yes. For sure. For sure.
I mean, we ain't really struggled outdoors. It's just that we lost to some good teams on the outdoors. We got beat by Baltimore in Baltimore. I can't agree with that we struggle outdoors or even on the road, because I think we have just as many wins on the road as we did at home. So we don't struggle. We're not even going to put that in the atmosphere. Goff plays very well outdoors. He's a G. He's the best quarterback in the NFC right now. So
he's a lowercase G. Brother Bob says, Rad, you straight tripping. The Niners defense is definitely feasting on the Lions.
Nah, brother, they not. I'm sorry.
He says, Nails, I'm late. How is this cat your best friend? Hey, man, it's the way that it works.
I'm a real one.
He is a real one. It has nothing to do with football for sure, but we have some good conversation, as you can tell, man. Brother Bob says, Rad, get ready to change them blue dreads to red and gold.
Nah.
Ooh, I like it.
Nah.
Those would look fire, though. GTC Real says, no look. Sounds like Goff at Cal's classroom. Hey, I saw Goff in college. He was that deal. Like, I saw him play at Autzen Stadium in the rain, and he was throwing dots. Brother Bob says, this is why you can't give Detroit peeps nice stuff. They start tripping, thinking they have a chance to beat the team destined to win a 6th Lombardi. You have 0.
Go to sleep.
He comes back and he says, Rad, ever been to Cancun? Book your flight Monday morning.
You know what? I'm tired of all this. Look. Look, man, it's all good. It's all good. Keep that same energy though. Monday, when we
I'll make you this promise, Rad. I'll make you this promise. If the Lions win, we'll have you back, and I'll let you talk your ish. I'll let you talk your ish.
Okay.
I'll let you talk your ish. We got to make that happen.
I'll see.
I won't put you through it if you lose, but if you win, I feel like you're Your fan base deserves this. So I will give that platform to you. Flav says Goff has 5 TDs, 4 interceptions, and 3 and 2 outdoors, I think. Okay. Yeah, I think Rad acknowledges it. He's just not willing to put it in the atmosphere, is what he was saying.
I mean, he's above 500 outdoors. So.
Oh, there we go. There we go. All right, perfect.
There we go.
Rad, my man.
What's happening, baby?
Waruna says it's good to see you. Hope all is well. This is a full circle moment, man. We started this channel together about almost 3 years ago now.
3 years, yeah.
I'm so happy that this NFC championship is against y'all, so we could make this happen and make this a full circle moment. You know, I love you very much, man. Appreciate you. Great friend and better person. Definitely miss you here. But the love over here is real, and it always will be. Brother Bob says, Rad, I'm looking at you. You down for a friendly bet?
No, I mean, when we was on our way out the door.
We're on our way out the door. There we go. All right. We are on our way out the door. Much love, y'all. Thank you in the chat. Peace.